Greetings, I am Lies, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together!
Yes.
Welcome aboard!
Ahah.
Alright, so we have just had a little mild kerfuffle where Kayla, who is really, really interested in how people look, is also really, really not attentive to how people she doesn't find attractive look, and discovered that her true love has been her friend all along.
The whole time!
It was one of those, a bait and switch. It was so good. And the switch was the actual person it started with.
Hey! Which feels a little bit less... I don't know. I have some issues. It's okay. I feel a tap on my shoulder.
Alright.
Nate?
I'm just going to assume it's Nate. I don't know.
Because he was there.
Because he was there, but who knows?
Or is it just a random dude?
But remember, we were supposed to be heading over to Nate.
So I guess it would be someone else?
Maybe?
Hey, wouldn't you like to do that too?
Huh?
Huh?
It's him.
Yes, Nate!
It's him. No, it was just like, hey, wouldn't you like to do that too?
Huh? I say in British. I look up. It's Nate. In British. I was just looking for you and I got distracted.
Watching people kiss.
You know, smooch, make out extensively.
Watching my best friend not recognize my good friend who she's been around for an amount of time.
It's also hilarious because I really was like, you guys, you can't walk away from it. I'm like, I'm going to try to walk away, but I think the whole point, they're like, no, you want to find out. I'm like, why would I? Why?
I'm just going to walk away and then stare at them. Really, really obviously.
It's okay.
From right here, it's fine.
See, that's your character doing something you're not allowed to pick or choose.
It's true, because you end up doing both.
Ha.
And sometimes it's kind of cool, I've mentioned, that you get to do both, because a lot of these games don't allow you to go back around and choose the other option.
Right.
Even when, like, it makes sense, kind of, that, like, that would be the, you know, that's the way a conversation would flow or whatever.
Right.
But other times it's like, I chose something different, and they're like, no, you're doing that one, because you chose the wrong one. I'm like, why did you give me a choice? Why did you give me a choice?
Yeah, it's like, what's the point?
It's okay. Let's sit over there.
We sit down and start talking about the job. It sounds like a really great chance, but I've been having a lot of bad luck lately. I'm nervous.
Okay, other than that, though, like, dude, dear, honey, my main character, MC,
Slice.
Burn, Slice, do you have any skills as a manager at all? So sound great, fine. You've been having a lot of bad luck, fine. Do you know how to do this job at all? Come on, doll. What girl would turn down the chance to work for a rock star?
He winks seductively at me.
He closes his eyes and stares at the floor, which is where he almost always stares, mostly at the floor.
A point. It's a point that he sees off on the floor somewhere, but it's there.
And then he stares away, like maybe he's looking at my shoe. You know what? I'm always going to wear nice shoes around him because he's looking down constantly.
Right?
So I can just, plus, you'll be able to pay off your father.
Okay, your dad asked, like, whoa, it seemed to be the implication of you are rich and this is a shit ton of money. One,
you can't pay off your father because you don't owe your dad.
No.
Two, you can't pay your father back because you don't owe your dad. Three, since when is he connected to the debt? Was it because we were talking to him about the cafe job or something? It might have happened off screen.
I have no idea, but this is like the most positive interaction, and Byrne has been the most like open and willing to Nate at all, and I'm actually
also, interestingly, we are going to end up with this job based on this.
Yes.
Because it's either we say yes right away, and if we say yes, obviously the rest of the game continues as if we say yes, and if we say, I'll think about it, we're going to say yes, because the rest of the game will continue as if we say yes.
Yeah, we just won't have a cute little premium scene, basically, that will show some sort of implied, I guess, romance, so...
Who knows? I feel like she would just say yes. Like, I know she would consider it some, and there's kind of the, well, yeah, working for a rock star, but she sounds more like she's concerned that she'll fail, rather than that it will go bad. Like that
she's concerned about drama more than actually, I think, whether or not she'll fail.
Meaning she's afraid she'll bring drama to the job, if you will. Yeah, like
so,
whatever way that is.
Like, even as much as I'm like, whoa, you have literally no experience, I could see Byrne being like, yeah, I can do this, and I'm like, this will be fascinating to see how much,
but I can also see her going, I'd like to think about it, because, you know, you should play a little bit coy, but she's also been desperately looking for any job at all, any coffee shop ever, in anywhere, anything.
I think she would say yes. So like,
I think she would just say yes.
So she's gonna say yes. He's right. I can't just pass up this chance. Okay, I will do it.
All right. That's my girl. Sad face, looking at the floor. All right, that's my girl. But like
Aye.
with exclamation points.
Aye, definitely.
How do you even match that face to those words? I don't even know.
He throws his arms around me.
Whoa.
So what exactly will I do?
You know what is interesting? That she doesn't react as strongly to him touching her as she does to a lot of other people, like, at all.
Like I
He's
said,
kind of like, hello, I'll touch you. And her's kind of like, okay. So there's something that's got to be like inherently less threatening about him in the way he does it. And there's a lot to be said for like body language and stuff, where someone can invade, like, I say quotes, invade your space and just suddenly be touching you. You can just be like, this is okay, because there's a vibe to them, and the way they hold you, is or the way they, interact with you, you're like, this doesn't feel like they're demanding anything or that they're dangerous. And someone else can do what is nearly the same gesture, and you're like, whoa.
I get you.
And it's just interesting that she has almost no reaction to him touching her, except for occasionally a little bit of starstruck. Whereas a lot of other people, she's like, I'll freeze, I'll panic, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like your enthusiasm. Saying yes before you even know the details. Fascinating. It says we talk about the details of the job.
It did.
Saying yes before we just talked about the details. Ladies, Nate, didn't we just talk about the details?
I beg your
Just
pardon.
now.
What?
I think that's what we did.
I blush, embarrassed about seeming too excited.
Hi. It's okay. I like that about you. You just jump into anything. Basically, you will manage my social media. So not like a band manager. That's good.
That's good.
And you can help update the band blog, upload photos, stuff like that. It should be easy since you already use social media and have a blog. This actually makes more sense for him to hire her for it, in reference to, you're not managing us.
Yeah.
You're basically being a social media manager, which if you're not a huge band, then that's kind of a cool little job to have.
Right.
And it probably doesn't pay an extreme amount because they don't need a huge amount of like social media, like self-promotion, but it is something important nonetheless. So if she does like a little faux pas here or there, or she just isn't like absolutely stellar at promoting them and putting out the right stuff, it'd be like a learning curve without hurting them.
Honestly, though, like that kind of thing doesn't sound like it necessarily would be a crap ton of work, because if that's all you're doing, and you're going like, people, if you're sending me photos, I'm putting up stuff,
It could be a lot of work though if you're also supposed to like help respond for the band,
Yeah.
or put up like daily like announcements of we're like this, like create a persona for the band talking to everyone.
Right.
Or if they're doing like weekly events and sometimes like multi-weekly events, then you need something announcing the event, talking about what happened at the event, inviting people to the event. It could be 3 or 4 posts a day, planning the visuals and the feel of things, as well as managing if any like news comes out on them and interacting with that.
Yeah.
And if you have several platforms you're doing it across, then it could be 2 or 3 posts per platform, which can be a lot of thinking and planning.
I also love it anyway because a ton of corporations have spent millions of dollars trying to figure out how to have the perfect social media presence.
Oh my God.
Like, oh wow, it is a field.
Yes, it is.
Like, wow.
And honestly, it's there have just been some employers, I have mixed feelings about this, okay? There have been some employers that basically, for the standard wage of the job that the people are doing at the job, when those people have downtime, they have them promote the company on social media. And so they basically have everyone, as part of their regular job, be part of the social media team. There was actually, I heard about it first at a hair salon, where anytime you didn't have an appointment, you're supposed to be on social media, sharing stuff you've done, sharing new products they have, sharing other pictures of the other people working, that kind of thing. And so they didn't pay them for media promotion, but it was part of their job anyway. And since that is above and beyond what a regular hairdressing job is, it kind of made me go, you're making them do extra work without paying them for it.
Yeah.
And they're like, and generally it was a really big success story. People were like, man, they have taken off. People love their social media presence, and they didn't have to, so yeah, free labor basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Because
well, no, but we
again-
already pay them. It's like, but what you pay them for is a very specific, different thing. And social media is a very different creature compared to I cut hair.
And the thing is they're different skill sets. And so yes,
Yeah.
people always put in the job application of going and whatever's required of you. But at the same time, social media promotion and a presence there is a different experience. And usually you would pay more. That one, right. Have a blog. You can do it from home.
You can social distance.
She could work from home and, social distance and basically be in lockdown.
She'd be
and
good.
be safe and only
Yeah.
be exposed to her dad if the boys will stop coming over.
Lord.
Oh, I was going to say, and probably she could do it in 2 or 3 hours a day. It wouldn't be too bad at all. I was going to say, but it's not like it's 5 minutes of work a day where I just post a thing,
Yeah.
All right. So you can focus on school and sad face. Avoid drama.
So much drama.
It might even help you get new followers on your fashion blog.
Except that
You know, if you also promote yourself and let people know you're doing it.
I was about to say you most
Unless
companies
you
I've ever
announce,
seen.
I'm the social media person, and I do other stuff over there. Usually your social media person is supposed to be pretty invisible.
Yeah, depending on the corporation.
Okay.
But like I've seen smaller companies and smaller businesses, to be perfectly frank, where they will be like, "Hey, I'm the social media manager," and that's more acceptable. But you're
Okay.
not supposed to, I think, advertise it on that page, but you can kind of advertise it on your own personal page. And
Well,
so
and
people will
that's
go look it up from there, because that's also free advertising though for them. They're
the
like, you
band.
can't promote yourself, but you can promote us, basically.
On your platform, and then maybe people
Yeah.
will be more interested in you. And
Yeah.
honestly, that probably is what it is. And you
It's-
can put on your blog, basically that you're a social media, consultant or expert or manager for Heartless Horizon.
Right, it's like dealing with your LinkedIn, basically. You know, like you're allowed to say that I've worked for them or
Also,
I'm working for them, but only there.
He's got this sad, distant emo face and an exclamation point. Blog.
Yeah,
I'm like,
on your fashion blog.
I don't know how to emote that face with a sentence that ends in an exclamation point.
On your fashion blog. He blanks. It's true that it might help me too. That's a good idea. Wow, it sounds like a dream come true.
It'll be like a dream come true for me, too. Now I can have my dream girl work for me.
You barely know me, but that's cool. He caresses my hair as he says that. I blush. Well, I'm mostly doing it to help my father. He leans closer to me.
Looking serious and slightly off to the side. Don't lie, Burn.
Now we're getting more
right.
into it.
Are we getting more aggressive now? Because that's an aggressive face.
That is more aggressive.
Also, he has teeth.
He does.
I think he is the only character that has teeth. But I'm pretty sure he's the only dude that has teeth for sure.
I think it's because they had to do a different mouth because his head's at a different angle. Because everything else is like dead straight on.
I don't even know. But the thing is like, one, he can't stop cocking his head. And two, he has teeth.
That's amazing.
Something with a teeth monster.
That's amazing.
You want to work for me, too.
Tell me you want to work for me.
He didn't demand that, but
No,
I was expecting it.
Yeah.
You're always the subject of bad rumors at school. Because I've been stalking you too, I guess, or just I've been talking. Probably he's got all of this from just hanging out with everyone else at the cafe where they're like, let's give you the dirt on Burn. Because all the guys gossip like hens.
I guess.
Yeah. So, isn't it nice to start a good rumor for once? You can brag about working for a rock star. He says sadly again. And I can brag about working with my dream girl.
Again, he kisses me gently on the cheek. This is a little wild. I don't know where this is going or what this is about, but like, wow, I'm really okay with this. I don't stop him.
I feel like that's a
should.
thing. I kind of feel like she is just sort of like neutral to him. Like, he does this. Okay.
Sure.
Like, it doesn't feel threatening, but she's not super into it either.
Right?
You know, and being like, that's a thing.
Like, I blushed and I had a thing, and then you kissed me, and it was kind of like, okay.
All right, that's
All right,
a
this
thing.
seems about right. He's right. There are already enough bad rumors about me, but if the rumor is that I'm with the hot rock star, that wouldn't be so bad, yeah?
I think I'll write a song about you.
Oh dear. About me?
About me.
Ah,
Really?
really?
The girl that everybody wanted, always making such a fuss, had a bully spread her name all around the school. And she's my dream girl.
She's right.
She's my dream girl. Yes.
Everybody,
Woo!
where did this energy come from, Nate? Well, it's just a thing that I have on stage. You know?
It's fine.
He takes my chin in hand and turns my face towards him.
Yes. About your eyes. Your beautiful hair.
He strokes my hair with his other hand. Like this.
That's
You're
just
like, I grab your chin and I do like this.
Yes.
Weird little
Gently holding your face in place while I pet your hair.
Honestly, that sounds really silly.
It does.
Like, okay, so you have to excuse us. We had to now try this gesture.
Both of us
like,
had to stand together and be like, okay, so if I have my hand under your chin and I reach out to your head, I'm like, no, I'm going to push your chin toward, look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking. Please guide my head, pet my hair. It's very important. moment.
Okay, so often I have to admit, and this is going to be, for anyone who's not watching this series right now, this is going to be lost in the canon of our works, but like, there's so many times in these games where they describe an action and we both kind of look at each other and try and pantomime whatever the hell they're doing so that we can like see, does that work at all? Okay, so I move my arm this way and you're standing that way, and then, so we have to clip through each other or whatever it is, you know?
Right?
Your lips.
He presses his lips onto mine. I don't fight against it. Okay, he's gonna do this too, I see.
I feel like she's kind of just like,
Whoa.
I'm having an experience.
I reached terminal blush a little bit ago, so...
Or like, I kind of blushed, and then I kind of went, the rest of this is just there, I guess? It's not bad.
His kiss is slow and passionate. I want him to kiss me longer. With no period, no punctuation.
That's why.
Kiss me longer!
See, it goes on forever. There's no stop. There's no period. It never ends.
Is that the other way that you like imply that the person drags out the word
Just
by not
no
putting in
period.
punctuation or anything? No longer.
I
You just keep going. And you're just like,
think so.
we can't move on. We are going on forever.
I want a kiss to go on for longer.
I close my eyes and enjoy it a little more.
Honestly, it sounds like she's more into this than anything else she's done.
Like I said!
Like, there really is a level of, I was blushing, I'm not uncomfortable, he kisses me, I'm not overwhelmed by it, and then going, I kind of like this.
It's also the fact that she was like, I know what to expect from Nate based off of everything I kind of understand. And then she's just way more comfortable, which is kind of cool, but also I'm like, you don't. Like, and I'm not saying that you have to necessarily be super enthusiastic. You can try things. Like, anybody says that you're not allowed to try things unless you're going to be like, yes, is sort of ridiculous, because sometimes there are things you want to try that you're not super comfortable with.
Sometimes you're my good tall friend in China, and you accidentally order goat brain soup, and you go, I'm not excited about goat brains, but since it's here, I feel
I'm
like I
curious.
want to try it.
Let's try it. Yeah. And so that's just a thing you try. It's just what you do.
I was going to say, and he's kind of being a butthead, but I feel like we're all, like language-wise, but I feel like we're also familiar with his language.
Yeah.
Because if she's watched interviews and been a big fan and seen him, like, in magazines and stuff like that, she's like, he always talks like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if you assume that he always talks like this, and that's why she's not reacting to it oddly, unlike language that a lot of the other guys have used towards her, then she could just be like, yeah, this is part of the performance of him. And her going, I'm really attracted to his persona, basically, and having a fangirl response. But now that I've known him more as a person, I'm not like crazy super into it. Sure, he can make me blush and stuff, but I'm kind
he's
of
still
like
hot.
But it's kind and also I still have that sort of like, you're still really popular and doing something really cool that I like, but there's a level of just being a little bit more chill of going, okay, and he does this and it doesn't hurt me, and so it's kind of chill. And then you like that, right?
He pulls away slightly. I don't want him to stop. I nod quietly. I'm gonna tell. Honestly, I need to know.
What makes a great kisser?
What makes a great kisser?
What makes a great kisser? I've asked this question too when people are like, you are an amazing kisser, you know, to one person or another or in movies or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, I don't really know what makes a great kisser. And someone might get on there and be like, oh, then you've never been kissed by a great kisser or what have you. And I'm like, I've enjoyed kissing. And I've certainly had like one relationship where it was really good kissing that I liked a lot, but I don't know if it made them like empirically, generically a great kisser.
I mean, I imagine like I could figure out probably what a bad, like within a certain range of bad, like or like necessarily like unattractive traits in kissing.
An unappealing kisser?
Yeah, unappealing.
I think basically,
but I can't just be like, you know,
great kisser.
all kiss is bad. Like all kiss is good. I don't know. Of
the kissing that I have done in my life with the people that I have done it with, I'm like, I don't know how to.
You're just,
like, it depends on your opinion on whether
the people that I have done smooch with.
I was just trying to like, part of me wanted to go for quantity, and I'm like, I don't think I have that big of a body of research, but it depends on who you are, kind of thing.
Right.
I say, but like, I've never just had someone that I wanted to kiss and kiss them, and it went so badly, I was like, you are a terrible kisser. Like, that's never happened. I think a lot of what makes a person a good kisser is just being receptive to what the other person is doing. It's a form of like communication with body language.
Right.
And so like, it's that sort of physical conversation,
right,
where, you know, you sort of read each other's, you know, sort of signs going in for it, and then also once you're there. That's the best I got.
I guess the biggest thing that kills me in terms of kissing largely is going to be like if you really like have extreme halitosis that just makes me want to die.
I don't think that's skill in kissing, though. So
I
that has nothing to do
know!
with
That's why I'm like, but good kisser. Like, if you're good at kissing, doing the kiss.
But
it's
if you're
like,
really, really good at skilled at kissing and you have bad breath, it doesn't make your skill less. It just makes the
But I
experience
guess
less.
I just don't understand a good skill of kiss. I don't know, whatever.
Exactly.
You're a great kisser.
What
Vern.
is the kiss skill?
Kiss.
You're a great kisser, Vern. I'll make sure I write about that in the song, too. Calls you hot lips.
Hot ticky lips, everybody. Whoa.
Ah.
I blush fiercely. Suddenly, other members from Heartless Horizon come to the table.
I want to see the other members.
I do too. It's their debut at this nightclub, and it's almost time for them to get together.
I'm sorry, I have to leave you, babe. But I will call you again later and give you the details about the job.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Including passwords to our
Ahah.
various social media accounts and, you know, what we've done so far and research on our presence and things like that. Other members of the band, hi, Vern. We all know your name. We all know who you look like. All three of them tip their heads to the side. Hello.
You.
Hi. Right.
I'm Nate leaves, and I'm alone. I look around, and there are a lot of students from both schools here.
Because there's the only 2 schools in the whole city.
I spot Ben, Joey, and Alex with a group of girls at a table.
Interesting.
But you know what?
We're going to have to be jealous and awkward in the next one. Oh, sorry.
Well, I hope we're not.
I hope we're not either. I thought we give them all the best and wish them success.
Yeah, like, all right, well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. And we have also some goals, so it would be super awesome if you went to go check those out even more so, because we have some things we'd like to accomplish this year, and we could really use your help. And then I have been Scandal.
And I have been Liz. And it was great playing with you. Bye!